We had to make some very hard decisions about our priorities during the design process, and we prioritised and we took a very clear decision that we would make space available for clinical services. But the amount of space that's been available for ancillary services, for staff support areas, are constrained. And that was purely financial.
The affordability of a scheme is a major consideration. Each year for the 30-year concession period, the Trust must pay Catalyst a fee, known as the unitary charge. This includes the mortgage payment, plus costs for services, such as buildings maintenance, cleaning and parking.
The original bid, I recall, our offer was about £15 million a year, and in the event they couldn't afford that. So there were negotiations around how we reduce some scope, look at things differently. The concession agreement was extended in the term, and we depreciated the hospital over a longer period, which made it more affordable. We ended up signing at about £13 million per annum for what's called the unitary charge, unitary payment. And then with inflation, because that goes up every year, and variations during the construction period, it's just over 20 million.
However, the Trust can reduce its annual payment to the concession company if services aren't up to scratch.
That contract has a payment mechanism built into it, and they're known as performance measurement systems, PMSs. And what that effectively does is it analyses not necessarily all, but most of the services which you are obliged to deliver pursuant to the contract. And to the extent that the service is below a certain standard, that PMS will kick in and will reduce your payment. An obvious example, a corridor not being clean is not going to be as big a deduction as a ward not being clean or an operating theatre not being available for use.
So theoretically and practically, the concessions income stream is at risk if either the facilities are not available or they're not performing at the standards that are expected.